Welcome back to INTOXICADOS podcast. I am your co-host Diego Noboa. Alongside me, I have Brandon
Yes, sir. How we feeling?
and
everybody?
Felipito Cruz in the building.
Just leaking names, man. That's all good.
Government name out the window, man.
That's crazy, man.
Guys, before we get into the podcast, you guys are in luck. The Chicos Toxicos, we're going to be on 3 platforms. We're going to be on 3 YouTube videos this week. New IE and Friends podcast. We did a podcast with IE and Friends. It's out right now.
Really, after you finish this podcast, go show them some love, please.
Go show some love.
Don't leave right now.
Yeah.
Leave after, please.
If you still need some entertainment after this podcast, go to IE and Friends YouTube. We made a podcast with them on their YouTube channel. Honestly, that was probably one of the best podcasts I have ever done for myself. What about you?
I'm gonna be honest, yo. Shout out to IE and Friends, bro. It was amazing. We felt so welcome. I don't mean to spoil it, but we got into some deep conversations. One of the boys, like I said, I'm not spoiling anything, but one of the boys really opened up to something that he hasn't told anyone, but he felt comfortable enough to express how he was feeling. So man, big shout out to them. We love you guys. It was amazing.
Shout out to IE and Friends. That is letter I, letter E, Friends on YouTube. Go check them out. Crazy podcast. But yeah, let's get into this week's podcast with the Intoxicados, the Chicos Toxicos. Man, what's up, man? How's your week? Talk to me.
Bro, I'm just excited to be here, man. I'm excited to talk some shit, bro. There's a lot of topics that I'm gonna get into today.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Felipe, we're so glad that you're here. We're glad. Well, I'm saying, listen to what.
I know it's going.
No, a lot of you guys saw last week's episode, and Felipe, it was your first time on a plane. First of all, we want to thank you for actually, trusting us, because I know it was a big step, bro. We really know how you feel about hopping inside an airport, going through TSA,
hopping the border, because he had like a pause in the hopping inside a plane.
but we feel we're extremely grateful that we were able to share that experience with yourself.
Yeah.
With that being said, what are you doing, man?
I'm sorry, bro.
With that being,
I bought him for a reason. Oh, Diego bought him for a reason.
Hey, with that being said, man, can you go ahead and get a little more into details about your whole experience of hopping in there? I know you did tell us as soon as we landed in LA que traías el calzón mordido por el culito tan apretado que tenías. So go ahead and share a little bit more about that.
I had Ethica boxers on. Those just came out like the Ethica thongs, just all scrunched in.
Una tanguita, bro.
Shout out Ethica though. Hey, Ethica be plugging our shit.
Shout out Ethica.
Shout out
They're
to them.
cagados, but they still work.
Hey, before you answered, let's just clarify it. If you guys haven't watched last week's video, we took Felipe on his first ever airplane ride. And as many of you guys know, if you guys haven't watched us, Felipe is not documented. He's undocumented. We've been pretty open about it.
Yeah.
And so just keep that in the back of your head while you're listening to the story of his experience. So go on, Felipe. How was your first flight ever being on an airplane ride? Give us start to finish.
Start to finish.
Okay.
So I woke up early. It was a surreal experience. I woke up early, went to go pick up our cameraman, our boy Renee. And after that, we're heading over to the airport, running late. Diego over here is in his room. His house, shaving probably his pussy and shit. He's like, oh man, I gotta shave it before we go to Vegas. You know what can happen. And I'm like, oh, man, whatever. We're on the way. We're on the 405. We're on the way to LAX. I've driven that freeway. I can't remember how many times, but I'm going there, and it's starting to hit. Like I'm like, bro, like I'm going to go through what everybody was explaining to me as TSA. I don't know what it stands for. Maybe like
it's Transportation Security Administration.
Okay, perfect. That's what it stands for. We got that cleared out.
I think.
My fault.
I think. Don't correct me if I'm wrong.
And hands sweating. I'm trying to act calm, trying to throw more jokes than usual. I'm just like, bruh, like, what would happen, Like, what would happen if, God forbid, they do say, like, yo, it says right here, like, you don't got paper. What would I do? You get me? Like, what would I have to do in that instance? To what I know is just stay quiet and don't answer any questions. Be like, I'm not going to talk until my lawyer gets here. That's what I would say. I was rehearsing that shit in my head already. Like, I don't want to talk to nobody until my lawyer gets here. I was going to be like that. Like, I'm habling. But yeah, no, I'm so glad I was with Diego and Brandon. I don't know. I just feel like with them, they always push me out of my comfort zone. And to be honest, it was really for the supporters and for the people out there that are just exactly like me. Oh man, I don't fly because this and this and that, right? What's it called? I always tell people, or I try to explain it. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the words or can't complete the full sentence. But what I'm saying is, I live with the fear of getting deported, without a doubt. Don't get me wrong, California, I feel safe. It's a sanctuary state. Obviously, I go down south to San Diego, it's near the border. I get a little skeptical. But I always live with that fear. Like, man, I can't go to Texas. I can't. Even when I go to Nevada, coming back, I get scared. I've never been to Oregon. I haven't even been to the east side of the country. And I just don't want to live my life like that no more. Because, yes, it could happen. It realistically could happen. But I don't want to live my whole life with the regret of, like, I can't do this or I can't do that. Because at least on this earth, to what I know, you only get one life.
Right.
And I don't want to waste my one life just, man, I'm going to just stay here and not do anything about it because I'm so scared. Because anything could happen. Anyways, we get to the airport. They checked me in. It was quick. They just looked at my ID. I'm not going to lie, though. I'll go to that part right now. But they look at my ID. You know, the girl was getting a little rizzy.
She was getting rizzy.
Shit, are you going to gamble? I said, shit. I'm going to gamble my relationship. What's up?
Nah. She was, though. Right? She was. Hey, you guys haven't watched the video, go watch it. She was getting rizzy. Yeah.
Then I go to TS. Bro, I swear, I see everybody doing it. I'm like, okay, they go here, put everything down. I took my shoes off. I was about to get naked just so they could double check. And then go into the tube. You put your hands up like this. Zoom. They do the little swirl thing. They're like, get out. I was quick. I was like, yes, sir. Just walking over. Just, yes, sir. To the side. And it wasn't that bad, huh? Like, it was chilling, Diego. It was chilling. We head over running late. And then that's crazy, bro. The pilot, you talk to the pilot. It was actually Diego. He's like, hey, you remember me, Diego Noboa? Yeah, it's my boy's first time flying. And then because of that, I was able to get inside the cockpit. That dude was amazing. Yeah, Roger. Man. Shout out Roger, man.
That's his name? See
Roger.
That? Before you continue your story, bro, doing the smallest gesture like that, like look how long how long, what is it? Like, it goes a long way.
It goes a long way.
It goes a long way. Look how much Felipe remembered your name, bro. Shout out Roger from Spirit Airlines. He was the first officer in that took us from LAX to Las Vegas. Bro, like, just that's crazy that you even remember his name.
Yeah. And it's funny though because I was going through some of the comments on the last week's episode, and a lot of people were giving big W's to him. He said, you know, W pilot made him feel comfortable, gave him a great experience, something that you're gonna go ahead and, like, even now we're sharing it to our supporters and everything. And then, yo, what's up with that shout out, man?
Bro.
Shout out. Yeah, in the air, bro. We're 10, 15, 20,000 feet in the air.
What I tell Renee, because I kept... So I was panicking. I'm sorry to cut you off. I was panicking, and I was like, man, what would Ronaldo do, man? And I went like this. God, man. And I don't think Renee filmed it right. So I told Renee, I'm like, yo, film this. And then I don't know why we just froze for a little bit. Oh, because, like, right after, like, it went over the
intercom.
Okay. And then he's just saying, like, oh, we're going to be starting descending, blah, blah, blah. Hope y'all enjoy Las Vegas. Thank you for riding Spirit Airlines. And he gives me a shout out, bro. I'm like, no way, bro. That was insane, bro.
He was like, and
Roger, if you're ever in LA, man, let's have dinner with the Chicos Toxicos.
Yeah.
If anybody knows Roger, tell him we love him. That's insane, bro. He actually made me feel safe. Like, I'm like, bro, if the pilot know me, they can't deport me. Like, I'm like, I know that motherfucker.
It's like knowing the owner of a club when you just like, like I'm outside and the bouncer's not letting you in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look at me in, man. Motherfuckers out here giving me a hard time. I know the owner.
You know what's funny though, that when we were on the flight and everything, Felipe was trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, right? And then it's funny because when you try to connect, obviously it takes you to Safari, whatever. And it took him to the page that he was looking at the night before.
It's a real story.
It's
and it's so serious. We're not even trying to be extra funny.
This is funny.
And it's freaking hilarious, guys. That I look over. I mean, I wasn't trying to be nosy, but I was trying to help him connect to the Wi-Fi. So I look over, and at the bottom it had, "Can immigrants fly to Vegas?" And I saw that, and two things, like it was funny. But at the same time, it literally shows you, again, the fear that he was going through the night before. You know what I mean? So it's like like I said, it's a new experience. It was a little hectic, for yourself. We all remember our first time flying. I mean, mine, luckily I had already gotten papers by then, but the first thing that was going through my mind, I'm just like, I really hope this pilot completed all his hours and this does not go down, because it's a scary experience. Like you said it yourself, Diego. You said you're 20,000 feet in the air and you're in a metal tube. Nothing can happen. You know what I mean? And it's funny. And it's funny because I remember too. I was like, oh, a lot of turbulence, and I like fastened my seatbelt just in case.
What's that gonna do, dog?
Exactly, bro. It's crazy.
Nah, it was a crazy feeling though, for real. I was telling Diego and Brandon, and I still can't make the words out to explain what I'm trying to explain. Because Diego was cooking me yesterday. Not like in a mean way, just I was trying to explain to him, like, bro, what are you talking about? But it was like a bittersweet moment. I would say it was a bittersweet moment. As soon as we start going up, like, planes ascending, and we're finally in the air, and I could look over these clouds and these mountains, and it was like, damn, bro, this is what it feels like to fly, right? But I didn't say a good like how to reference it, but
Talking about the Facebook quote.
What Facebook quote?
The one that you were trying to say on when we got to Las Vegas, something about fear, living in
Yeah,
fear or
but no, not that one. The one we were talking about yesterday. Anyways,
Oh.
so much going back and forth. It was like a bittersweet moment, knowing that I could fly in here, like the United States, like obviously at your own risk. But it was like a bittersweet moment knowing I could do that. But then you also realize, like, the world isn't just the United States, and you realize I can't go anywhere else. Maybe if I go back to my country, I go back to Mexico, I can fly different spots, but it wouldn't be in the United States no more. So it was like a bittersweet moment, if that makes sense. Like knowing that there's such a huge world to be explored, but you can't go explore it just yet.
Yep.
Right.
But hey, man, we'll start with U.S. We'll conquer U.S. and then we'll go from there.
And then we'll conquer the world. Hey, but before we move on from this topic, I didn't really catch this when we were filming live, but going over, I saw a little something that your mom had said, where you're like, oh, like, si me pasa algo, if something happens to me, and she's like, well, if you go, we'll all go, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it was a small little quote, but for some reason it hits me like, bro, it's your son, and you do anything. And big shout outs to your mom, and that one just. Oh,
Gracias, Matamo.
Yeah, there was when I was editing that part, because usually we like to do like the fast. If you guys watch our videos, we do the fast chops. We try to just keep in what we think is entertaining and what's really hooking to a video, and we don't like to leave like too long of a gap into between things, because people's attention span nowadays, I blame TikTok, I blame Reels, I blame all that, because people's attention span, I even catch myself sometimes watching a movie, like 6 minutes into a movie, I'm already on my phone.
Yeah.
But so I keep that in mind whenever we're editing our videos, and I kept that part in. If you guys noticed, it wasn't so chopped. It was kind of like more just longer,
Smooth,
but it's smooth. Like, yeah, just like I kind of let it sit. I kind of let it rest, that whole conversation, because that's so relatable. That's how our moms across the, that's how anybody Hispanic mom, if you're fortunate enough to still have
any
her
mom,
any mom, but more Hispanic moms
Yeah.
usually have that deep conversation with you on the phone, like, Dios te bendiga and primero Dios and all, like I wanted to leave that moment for people to relate across the screen. And just kind of like, we're all on the same page. That's how we're all raised. Even if you're in front of a camera or behind a camera, that's how we talk. That's how our moms talk to us. And I just wanted to leave that part in there for you.
100%, man. That was really heartwarming, for sure.
Thank you. No, look, getting regañado. It's like, por tu culpa, pendejo.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought,
it started off like that. It started off like, a Puerto Rico, ¿por qué? And then I was like, no, I'm just kidding.
No, I really thought mom was gonna hit you with something like that.
Yeah, that's so too.
I just feel like if I would have told my mom, hey mom, no puedo regresar por pendejo.
Yeah.
Te quedas, learn your lesson.
Yeah, my mom would be like, ¿Quién te manda?
Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
¿Quién te manda?
Es que Diego y Brandon dijeron que iba a estar bien.
Y si Diego y Brandon saltan del puente, ¿vas a saltar?
Pues ese Diego se brincó también del puente.
Speaking of jumping.
Yo, big shout outs to you, bro, for doing that. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people were showing a lot of people were showing love for you and respect.
Word, bro. As you guys know, again, if you haven't watched the video, go watch it. I jumped off the Strat, which is the tallest building in Las Vegas, who's like, it's bigger than the Eiffel Tower.
I think it's the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. That's what they were saying.
Is that what it is?
Oh, wow.
Wow. Well, I mean, I compared it to the Eiffel Tower a lot because I know there was like a few towers after that were a little taller, but the Eiffel Tower was the one that it hit me because literally I was just, fortunately enough, I was in Paris for my birthday this past October, and I went only to I couldn't even go I got the elevator to go to the Eiffel Tower, and I only got to like halfway before I started having a panic attack. And I had to tell my girlfriend, I was like, yo, let's get, like, I'm freaking out. Like, I felt like I don't know what was happening. I was having a panic attack because I'm immensely scared of heights. And because of that, when I saw that the comparison, the Eiffel Tower was this compared to the Strat was up here, that's when I started freaking out. I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. Like, I had a panic attack once. I don't think I'll do it. And then, man, I don't know. I just, I was like, you know what, man? Felipe got over his fear of getting in a flight. I was like, let's make this video about conquering, overcoming our fears. And I was like, I'm severely scared of heights. Let's just do this, man. And like you said, as we know, there's only one life in this world we get. That's what they say, right?
True. That's what they say.
That's the
at
word
least
on the block.
Earth.
At least on Earth, they say that you only live once. And I was like, you know what? And I always tell myself when I'm older, I never want to look back when I'm like 70, 80 years old. Ya no puedo ni caminar, bro. I'm just like this.
Ya ni se te para?
Ya ni se me para, bro. I don't want to look back and be like, man, if I was
that's a big fear of mine.
Yeah, bro. Imagine.
Que no se te para.
Que no se te para. Oh, I meant like I thought you meant getting old.
Oh, yeah, that too.
But I don't want to look back when I'm older and be like, damn, man. If I was, I don't want to look at a kid, because this is what would happen to me when I was when I used to work at JetBlue or any job in general. I always had older colleagues, and they would look at me and they'd be like, oh, bro, if I was your age, I would have done this, or oh, I remember when I was this, I should have done that. Oh, if I was 19, 20, I would have gone to school and done this. And so I don't want to look back when I'm 60, 70, 80 years old. Hopefully God puts me on this earth for that long. I don't want to look back and be like, man, I should have done this when I was 22. I should have taken that risk when I was 24. I should have done. So I was like, you know what? In that moment, I was like, I'm going up to the Strat. I'm going to jump off this building. I'm going to record it. I'm going to make this the best vlog we've ever done in our life. And just tell people to let's overcome the fears together. And yeah, that was the scariest shit.
We even overcame Brandon's fear that day, no? We overcame Brandon's fear this day, no? That day?
What was the fear?
A bunch of bad at the pool.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. That was scary.
That was super scary, man. I don't know how I got through that. I'm going to be honest, but I'm super glad that I was able to have you guys by my side the whole time. Because I wasn't there. I'm not going down by myself. I'm not going down by myself, guys. They were there, guys.
No, it was Renee. Remember, Renee went up with you. No, Renee was holding the camera. Me and Diego were from the distance to get like the extra POVs. You get me?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I remember you guys being right next to me too.
Yeah. Man.
But anyways, we did overcome that fear, which was amazing. Yeah. It's funny though, because I saw one of the comments for you Diego on the last vlog where it said that big respect to the CEO. It's the way he has heavy, like, big ass balls for jumping off of that shit. And I responded, I said he almost didn't make the weight limit from how heavy his balls are, because that shit was insane, man.
Yeah, that's funny. I saw that comment, dog. That's had me rolling. I screenshotted it, actually.
You did?
I screenshotted it because I was about to post it on the story. Bro, when I saw that response, it's like, esos huevos tan grandes. Like, yeah, the way you almost didn't make the weight limit. That shit killed me, dog.
That's hilarious, man. But no, it was such a fun experience, man. Yeah. I feel like every time, even though it's for, the two times that we've been to Vegas, it's always been like, it's always been business. Like, at the end of the day, we're always filming and everything. But it's such a fun time if we always make new memories of just going out there and at this time, like, conquering fears, man. And it's funny because you were almost not going to be able to do it because of the time slots and everything. And, shout out to the boy Luis. Like, Luis, if you're watching this, thank you so much because you make that jump happen. And it was amazing, man. It was, I'm telling you, and I'll repeat it again. It was amazing, not just because you did it and you conquered your fear, but it was a dope ass moment that we can go back and share it. Like, we shared it. And I can go back and tell, like, I showed it to my grandma. My grandma was like, oh, este güey está loco. But it was dope, bro.
Yeah, I just want to go back to, just so you guys can understand, and you guys, maybe you can do this in the future, but how much of just doing something so kind, something small, the smallest gesture goes, like, it literally. What you remember his name?
Yeah.
Luis. What you remember his name? Roger.
Yeah.
Bro, when you like you not in the moment. He didn't. Luis wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, let me just. Oh, by the way, Luis was one of our supporters. Shout out to Luis.
Yeah.
And he came up to us. He's like, hey, let me get a honey pack. Usually people that come up and say that, man, they watch us, man. They know our content. And he came up to us. He's like, oh, let me get a honey pack. And he daps us up. And he's like, oh, he's a valet driver.
And then we cook him, man.
Yeah, and cooked them.
And then you guys
joke
went
after
back,
joke after joke, man.
back to
That's
They're
back.
not gonna come up to us no more, bro.
That's what they get when they come to Chicos Toxicos. Just know we're not serious, bro. If you guys ever catch us,
it's all love.
it's all love. We're just making jokes. And he was like, yo, man, have you jumped off the Strat yet? And I was like, nah, man, I pussied out earlier. I didn't want to do it. And he's like, bro, let's go do it right now. I got you. Like, it'll be free and it'll do this. And I can get you a time slot right now. Mind you, like, the times, it was like, what, 2 p.m.?
Yeah,
It was like 2, bro. Things were done till like 7. Like, if you went online to try to book it, everything was like, it was like no more. And, bro, he went out of his way. He walked us all the way up and he took care. He's like, hey, man, take care of them. These are blah, 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 blah. Shout out to Luis. He made that video happen, too. So that was dope.
You know what's funny though, that you said you pussied out at first, and that was not the case. You did not pussy out. The case was that he was signing up to go and jump off. He was writing everything down, and then the person that was helping him out, she said, mind you, she doesn't speak English very well, but mind you, she asked Diego. She said, okay, do you?
I wasn't there, by the way, guys. This is what Brandon and Renee clarified. I had my Ray-Ban shades on, the one that Brandon got me for my birthday. I was just listening to music. I was vibing. I'm over here, like, listening to it. It was a good day. I'm still shocked that I was able to leave California and be in Nevada within an hour. I was like, damn, bro, this is insane. But I'm so sorry.
No,
continue with the story.
No worries. So, the lady asked him, she's like, okay, by any have you ever had any neck or head problems? Diego says, he's like, yeah, I have a head problem. I need it all the time. And then she says, oh, sir, you have a head problem? He's like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. And then they start going back and forth. Point of the story is, like, she said, no, you cannot go on, because Diego tried to be funny, tried to be goofy, and said he needs head all the time. So that was the real reason.
Mind you, cameras were off.
Yeah, bro, and he was still going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I want to touch back on what we said about Luis, that, we were just going, we were just messing around with him and telling jokes. I want to tell you guys that we really consider our supporters as family, and we really feel comfortable being around them. So if we ever get the chance to meet you guys, and then we're joking around and we're being ourselves, it's because we truly feel comfortable around you guys, and we do love and respect every single one of you guys, because it's because of you that we're able to have this platform and really open up and share all our experiences, conquer our fears, and just make the best out of it. So shout out to you guys. Don't think we're disrespectful at all. We just feel comfortable, man.
Yeah.
Like, remember our old video where Brandon met some random tios at a party? He said, hey, he said, Lucio?
No, Pantera.
Pantera.
Hey, saluda al Pantera. ¿De quién es el Pantera? El que te matió la verga entera. Bro, the guys looked at him like this.
Just disappointed,
they
bro.
said, pinche respetuoso. And I was just like, I didn't mean it. I just felt comfortable, but shit happens,
But like that's the thing. This is like the number one thing people say. Maybe you get a DM, or maybe you meet them in an actual person, an encounter where they meet us. It's like, damn, y'all are just like y'all are in your videos.
Yeah.
That's how this is it, gang.
This is what you're going to get,
this
man.
what you're gonna get. If you don't want it, don't come up to us.
You know what's funny, that I actually
come up to us, please.
We went out to my girl and I and my younger cousin. We went out to go watch a movie, and from there we just hit the arcade. And it was funny because there was a supporter there. He was drinking, and I'm passing by and I see him staring at me, right? And I'm walking, but I'm just like, why is this motherfucker staring at me? Like, whatever. But I didn't know. Listen. No, listen. I didn't know. I was like, why is this motherfucker staring at me? Like, what the fuck? So I just keep walking, and then I passed by next to him, and he's like, yo, the horny barber. And I was like, what's up, gang? How you doing? Because think about it, like, we get recognized often when we go out, but I got recognized by myself, you know what I mean? And it was like, yo, he's like, oh, the horny barber. I dapped him up. I'm like, yo, what you drinking? This and this. And we just chopped it off for a little bit, right? And it's funny because the next morning I was reading through the comments to respond back to some, and I saw that he commented saying, yo, I met the horny barber last night, and we chopped it up, and I felt like we known each other forever, type of thing. So it was amazing. So just being comfortable around the people.
I wanted to ask you, out of all people, Brandon, because me and Felipe have been doing this for 2.5 years, 3 years, maybe three, maybe even going on 4.
No,
You're going on 4. No, you've been doing this as a quarantine, no?
No,
You
were already doing it before me. I started like late 2021.
Okay, well, we've been doing it for a few years. Felipe, or I have luckily been encountered for the past few years, whatever.
Right.
But you were not expecting any of this,
Not at all.
bro. You were not expecting to. I don't mean. I guess you can call yourself YouTubers. I don't know. Just whatever we have. Right now.
I still feel a little.
We're Diego, Felipe, and Brandon. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I still feel a little
Diego,
bit like
Felipe, and
I
Brandon.
feel a little shy like when people ask me what do you do, like
Yeah.
I don't really mention YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm a barber, but I have a separate business on the side, and we make content.
Yeah, it feels weird saying that.
I
People
just-
be
yeah,
asking
bro.
like, I don't know. They'll be like, oh, like, what do you do? And I'll be like, I don't, because I don't like saying I'm an influencer. I don't want to say I'm a YouTuber. So I'll just be like, I make content. I'm a content creator. I think that's like the best for me, because I don't know why it feels weird saying like I'm an influencer.
It does.
I'm a YouTuber.
Yes, sir.
It
I don't know.
Like when they ask me, like, en la mañana no hago nada, en la tarde
Me hago pendejo.
me hago pendejo. That's literally it, man. That's it.
But I just wanted to ask you, like, isn't it?
En la mañana no hago nada.
I wanted to ask you just because like you weren't expecting any of this.
Of
and,
course.
Like, how are you now? How are you dealing with it now? How are you like adjusting to it? I should say.
Well, it's definitely been a process. I haven't fully adjusted yet, just because, you know what I mean. I still get nervous. I legit get I get shy when someone comes up to me and they're like, oh, what's up, this and this, and I'm shy. Like, I don't really know what. No, not that I don't know what to say, but I wasn't expecting it. But it feels it's an amazing feeling, and it's even more amazing to know that the hard work that you've put into these videos, not just me, I'm saying the three of us, the hard work that we put in and everything is getting paid off, in the sense that we're building the platform and people are coming up to you and they're speaking to you and they're talking to you. You get to meet so many people. But I think the best feeling that I ever had was when I told you guys the story. I went to 7-Eleven. It's like 3 minutes away from my house, right? It's in my city. And then, I walked in, I grabbed the Celsius.
Celsius, my dick. You could have the Rhino King.
And fucking Buzzy, huh?
Rhino King, huh?
And then I'm waiting to pay, and the guy, the guy in front of me says, "Hey, man, I like your hat," and I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "It's actually our brand." And he's like, "Yeah, I know, man." He's like, "I love what you guys do. I love the content." He's like,
That's
"Yo, shout out to
insane.
you guys," and it really feels surreal, like being in your city and people recognizing you. Just it's cool, because before, like, this platform, I used to say, nah, I'm from here, like, this is my city, this is it, and I don't mean that in a gangbang way, like, I'm just saying this is my city. But then now people recognizing you, like, yo, you're putting this on, putting that on. So going back to that, it's an amazing feeling, man. I really wish that everyone can experience it, and it's cool. I love it.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just adding on to your topic, bro. It's an amazing, surreal feeling anytime a supporter comes up to us, whether they know us from Chicos Toxicos, or just they follow Brandon's content or Diego's content or myself's content. It is the most amazing feeling to me. I swear. It's crazy. I swear, I always get excited, I always get happy, because I remember one time when I first started doing YouTube, like, by myself. I remember I was gonna take my girlfriend's dad, because obviously I felt like I had to prove myself to him, because my girlfriend's dad is a successful business owner. He has properties, and I'm not saying he has 2 daughters technically, but like his sperm, like, he made, was only my daughter. You get me?
Your
Like,
daughter?
Oh my god!
What are you saying?
Quit that shit!
No.
That's not what I meant.
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But you
I'm sorry. My girlfriend's dad has 2 daughters, but his sperm, like, my girlfriend, his daughter, he made. Like, he went, oh, and made her, like, that's his daughter. Like,
I'm starting to think you were the mom, man. What do you mean that was his daughter?
Like, I'm talking about, that's his
I mean,
daughter.
that's your daughter. That's your daughter.
That's my girlfriend is my
Your
suegro's daughter, gang. That's his daughter. So obviously he's like, this is my daughter, a qué pendejo se la voy a dejar, Me, dumb little, shit, man, I could have done it, man. The knee, though, man. The knee. But I would always tell him, like, I would even tell him this. quiero hacer videos o quiero ser futbolista. Then he took me out of soccer. So I was like, what up, guys? And I'd always tell him. And he was the one that gave me work. And a lot of people have commented like, man, what kind of construction? Like, you said you would always call off? It was shout out to him, man. Shout out to Don Alberto. He was the one that be like, that believed in the vision, too.
Mm-hmm.
He believed in only one, bro. All my girlfriend's family is a huge family. That's the only big family I've ever gone to know because my family is really small, at least here in the United States. And ese Felipe están haciendo pendejo, no va a trabajar, no hace esto. And he was the only one that believed in me. And I remember this before, like, I started doing TikTok, before I met Diego, before I met Brandon. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna post on my Instagram and hit up all my boys to be at the mall on a certain day. And I'm going to pretend like I'm vlogging with them. I'm going to take them to the mall and be like, oh, let's go get some meat at the mall. And then I'm going to tell people to come up to me. Like if they see me, like my friends, so he could be like, oh, what the f***, you know him? But, like, I would, like, that was going to be the video.
Yeah.
Like, pranking my suegro.
Yeah.
That I'm YouTube famous. It was going to be the title. And it never went through. It never went through because I'm a hey, ponte a trabajar también. So it never went through.
Well, I thought it was because you were going to say because I paid everybody. Nobody came. Nobody wanted to do
They ran
this.
off with the money.
They ran off with the money. No, and I've had the pleasure and the honor of when I was still working construction, we'd go to go get lunch or we'd go get material, and it'd be like, Felipito, bro, and he's like, ¿Los conoces? I'm like, sí. It's like, ¿Cómo los conoces? I'm like, oh, mira mis videos. And he was like, no way. And one time he even told somebody, I forgot his name. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. And he's like, because it's always on his badge, it was for get material. He's like, ¿Cómo conoces ese pendejo? He's like, oh, eso está bien, es bien chistoso, hace videos online. I'm like, no way, bro. So it was like a surreal feeling. So anytime that supporter comes up to me, I always remember that I always wanted this so bad. And I don't know how celebrities are f***ing dickheads to the supporters, bro. Like, you are not there in any platform, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, movies, comedy,
Music.
You are nothing without your supporters. So I always say, man, supporters mean the world to me. And to us, not just me, us. Literally mean the world to us. I would never deny a photo. Bro, it takes 10 seconds out of my day. Regardless, I'm probably going to go home and beat my meat. What's 10 seconds more? You feel it? That's what I'm saying. What's 10 seconds more?
Yeah,
I feel it.
You know what's crazy that it actually just reminded me what you were of what you were just speaking of. We were in Vegas, right? And we were actually we can't speak too much on it, but we were going through a hard time right now, right? And it's funny though because a supporter came up to us and he still asked for a picture, and I was on a very important call to all of us, and even though I was in an important call and we were just having
I think we can say it's a lawyer, right?
Okay, so we were.
But we don't have to get into details.
Right, we won't get into details, but we were in a very important call with the lawyer. Like I said, we don't want to get too much into it, but it was a lawyer, and we were just having a really mood. It was a hard time, right? And the supporter came up to us, and he said, "Chicos tóxicos," right? I literally told the lawyer, I said, "Can you give me 5 seconds?" Muted him. We took the picture and we continued with our day. So like you just said, I don't understand why some celebrities do it. I get it. Everyone has a bad day, but we were
stay home. If you're a big ass celebrity, stay home. You got a big ass house, just chill at your house.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
always say that. Shaq talks about that. He's like, yo, what do you do? When people come across Shaq, bro, 7 foot something, you're not gonna miss him. You're not gonna miss Shaq. I've met Shaq actually at a hookah lounge. But he's like, what do you do when you're having a bad day and, people come up to you, want to take a photo, want to talk to you, want to interact with you? He's like, man, I'll stay home. I got a huge property, got a gym in there, got a bowling alley, got a theater. I'll just stay home. If I'm having a bad day, I just won't go.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
That's true,
That's
though.
very true, man.
That's very true. Yeah, stay home. like everybody said here, man, we love meeting people, bro. If you ask for a picture, we go. Like when we landed in Vegas, and it's in our vlog, we landed. There was a guy we were vlogging, and I
didn't even catch that.
I caught it in the corner of my eye. This guy that was in front of us recognized us, and he sneaked the picture. I guess like not in a bad way, but he was just trying to get a flick while we were recording. And I was like, In the video I said it. I was like, yo, get us right. Like, let us pose. And then Brandome's like, yeah, bro. We like at least if you catch us, like at least be like, hey man, can we get the flick? Like, fuck around. He's scratching his ass and he does one of the sniffs, like the sniff checks, and you just get that camera. Now Chico's Toxicos Brennan's scratch and sniff method exposed. Get all over TikTok. But
yeah, don't do me dirty, guys. Please. Like I said, we'll never deny a picture. Just don't get me doing the good old sniff and scratch test, man. That's not good.
But nah, we don't want to sound like celebrities. Like, oh man, you want to get pictures and all. But I'm just saying when it does happen, and we're fortunate enough that it does happen to us, bro. Please come up to us. I love it.
100%.
We love it.
Got around the know with that. I was about to say that after that. By the way, we're not saying we're popping like that. I'm just saying if it were to happen, you know, we're really grateful for real.
Yeah.
We love you guys so much.
So what's up? Should we start getting to more topics? You guys got any topics written down, or
I kind of touched on something on the way here, and bro, we're such kindergarten with the joke. Like we're such middle schoolers at heart.
Yeah, but it's such a little kid joke, but it makes me laugh, bro.
We're such kids, bro. I wonder at what age do you think we'll be like enough with like the sus jokes, the fucking little like
till I die.
You think?
Yeah,
so?
I mean, bro, I have uncles in my family that are still joking around like kids, man. They don't stop. It's just you just.
The one that always gets me, and they never told me this porque I always shave my barba off. But tell them what you say. By the way, barba is beer, guys.
So I have an uncle, right? And I remember I've always had like a little mustache, right? Like it's always just been there, even if it's like
the cantiflas.
The cantifa, even if it's like peach hair or whatever, or peach fuzz, sorry. And it was. I remember it was my beard, my mustache was growing in, and then I told my uncle, I'm like, oh, like quiero rasurar, like I want to shave it off, and he's like, no. He's like, no, eso es para hacer cosquillas. That's to tickle. And I was like, and my grandma was like, yeah, Rafa, don't be telling them things like that. And I was like, why? Why is it such a big deal? Whatever. As I started getting older, and as I started, giving dome.
Hey, your hair.
Giving dome?
Not like
what?
Not like that. Not like that.
Nah, what's up with y'all today,
I said that. I'm sorry,
bro. Hey, your beard's starting to get a little red.
Bro, it starts changing colors because of the pH levels. So then I finally realized what my uncle said, like that's to tickle them.
Say it in Spanish.
Yeah, eso es para hacer cosquillitas. I finally realized, but it took me like like 5 or 6 years after that for me to know what it was.
I want to call everybody out because I'm calling out my boy Julio. He admitted to it. Is your beard natural, or did he use that roller thingy?
So I actually used that roller thing.
It's fake, man.
I
used
that roller thing, and it started popping during quarantine.
Not natty.
Bro got the BBL of beards.
You have the roller too, or no?
I did.
You guys are not natty.
I did. At one point,
bones at heart.
Nah, bro. Technically, you can grow a beard if you're meant to grow a beard. You can do it, but it's just an enhancer.
Right.
It's kind of like
but I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but it might sound funny, but if you put toilet paper on your face, it actually helps you grow your beard too.
Really?
Yeah. ¿Cómo crees que tienes tan peludo el culo? No.
Nah, not me, gang. That's all you.
I'm sorry, man.
Do you see in the vid?
What?
The vlog when I shared it.
I did it.
That's why I told him to take it out.
Yeah, I wanted to actually ask, and we talked about it on the way here before I completely went off topic, the importance of networking.
Oh my God, it's a big thing, especially here in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Just not even LA, but just in big cities in general. Like going out, you never know who you're gonna meet. There's been times where, as a barber, a client comes in, he's dressed in a regular Hanes shirt and whatever. He goes and sits down. I'm talking to him. Turns out he's like a huge business owner, and he has all these connects and this and that. And like you mentioned, in you can get big by yourself, but it's about who you know in this city. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Having connects, meeting people, networking is such a big thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even LeBron said it.
What?
Bro, let's stop referencing LeBron, man.
I know.
Let's stop referencing different athletes.
I know, but LeBron says a lot of good shit, low key.
Well, like,
the Migos story?
What was the Migos?
Yeah, man, I knew about them back in 08. The Migos, those were my guys.
Nah, but
they asked him about the Malcolm X book. He's like, what's your favorite chapter on that book? Well, man, he's a great man. Like, intelligent. Did not answer the question.
No,
Le
but
Cap?
no, but
Le Cap.
Le Cap James. But yeah, I was he said it, but he said it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And I
Right.
think, yeah, bro, like you can get so far. I said you can become a millionaire off knowing somebody,
Yep.
off knowing people. Now, I'm not saying it in a way like you can take advantage of them. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying you know one person who knows one person who knows one person, bro. You can like you get the right connects.
It's
You
like
have
a
a right. If you
puzzle.
have the business, yeah.
It's like a little
And
puzzle.
you want to have your little it's a puzzle, right? Like you need puzzles to finish the what is it called?
The puzzle?
The puzzle. I'm stupid as hell. It's 10 in the morning, guys. By the way, I'm sorry. But yeah, like let's say you have a business proposal, and we talked about it or not. Let's just let's take it like athletes, right? And we talked it on the bottom of the way here. Let's say that an athlete, 5-star recruit. There's a 5-star recruit in Compton. This is just an example, guys. And then like a 3-star recruit in Laguna Beach. Really nice compare. And because maybe the guy in Compton or the girl in Compton didn't have the right people or the right connects to get to that next level, that next stage of their life, they possibly missed out on a crazy lifetime opportunity. But Laguna Beach over here, probably may be well connected, knows the right people, knows the right the agents, the managers that get lucky and get I'll move on to the next phase of that chapter that they wanna go to.
Right.
And so yeah, man, it's just it's crazy the importance of the network. And I think at the end of the day, it just goes down to just being nice to everybody, kind to everybody.
Yeah.
Especially in LA, you don't know who you could be in an elevator with a random stranger, bro, and that could be the owner of Apple. Actually, yeah, I think you would know who the owner of Apple is right now. But it could be like the owner of a big ass company, and you never know. Just commenting the little shit, bro. Like, yo, man, I like your hat. Look around, that's the owner of that company that you just complimented his hat on. You don't know.
I mean, this is a story that you shared with me when you were working at JetBlue, that you actually complimented someone's hat, and then from there it led for you to meet that a special celebrity. I don't know if you want to name drop, but it was such a dope thing that you were able to even hang out with them.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, but that was insane when you sent me those photos.
I mean, I guess I'll talk on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing bad,
Yeah, no. But I mean, I was checking in, and this is a crazy part. I was checking in. I was working at JetBlue one day, and I was doing the check-in counter. Was it blase? And I was actually, it was one of those where like I saw the person was next in line, but I didn't want to take them because I was just like, oh, fuck, I don't want to deal with the customer right now. And we've all done it, man. If you work behind a desk or you work maybe at the barber shop and you see somebody waiting and you're like, I don't want to do this shit right now.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, and I literally told the girl next to me, I was like, hey, can you check him in? Like, I don't want to check him in. And so she's like, she waves him over, and then he walks up to them. It's him and 2 other people. He walks up to them, and her computer wasn't working. It was frozen, and she was like, oh, my computer's frozen. Like, I can't. I was like, all right, whatever. Come over here. So I took him, and just to summarize the story,
Come over here. I took him.
I checked him in, and I'm checking him in, all this. And I noticed he had the TMT hat, and I know TMT is Floyd Mayweather, and I'm a huge fan of Floyd. Who's not, right? And
not me. I'm a Canelo fan, man.
But growing up in like Floyd is from Miami.
Outside of Floyd, fuck around. Me, you said you wasn't rocking with me.
Yeah, I mean, Floyd lives in Miami most of the time. He has a couple of houses everywhere, but Miami. And I would always go as a kid with my mom and my brother. I would go to Miami, and there would be like those vans of TMT like just everywhere, right? Like the money team, and there would be vans. Every time I go to Miami, I would see them, and I'd be like, damn, man, it'd be dope to meet Floyd one day. I swear I would say that when I was a kid, and I would go to be in Miami, whatever. So I see the hat, and I told him, I was like, yo, I like your hat, and it was a TMT hat, and he was like, oh, you know Floyd? I'm like, of course. I was like, yeah, I mean, I love Floyd. I was like, the money team, like, and he's like, bro, I kid you not, bro. Word by word, he's like, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, working? And he's like, it's Floyd's birthday this weekend in Miami. We're going to celebrate. We're going to do this. Do you want to come? I was like, what? I was like, this is a random person I've never met in my life. I just complimented saying, I like your hat. Literally word by word, I said, I like your hat. And he's like, yeah, like, I'm going to send you the RSVP. Here's a link if you want to come, fly out. And at the time, I fly free for JetBlue. So I was like,
you flew Mint.
And I flew Mint. You feel me? Mint is first class for free, by the way. And so I was like, you know what? Kid, I got nothing to lose, man. Let me just go see if this is about. Long story short, just to summarize it, bro, I met Floyd. I played basketball with Floyd.
Wow.
Dinner.
You airballed with Floyd.
Airballed? I did airball. I did airball, bro. But I crossed this. I crossed If I would have finished it, that would have been clip of the year. But I was playing at the university.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
I know. I was playing at the University of Miami. Shout out to you. And
Nah, I swear, bro. These are two topics that I have in mind, but I'm gonna try to continue. That's like the Illuminati shit, man.
it's the you.
And then you talked about
Is it like
your
this?
neighborhood, but I'll pick up on the topics after.
Definitely.
But yeah, I went on a little rant there. But yeah, because I complimented somebody. And so by the way, the guy that I ended up speaking with ended up being, he's the right hand man of Floyd. Like he's like his manager type. No way, I don't want to say it's a manager, but he's like his right hand man.
Right.
Shout out to him, man. Amazing guy, great guy. Got the blessing, the huge opportunity to meet one of the biggest icons in the entire world, I would say. And Floyd was even the most humble, the most coolest dude. Everything you see on, like people, not everybody's the same that they act on camera. Everybody, you gotta, especially boxers, bro. Boxers have to have some type of image to want to sell fights.
Of course.
They want to have to start problems. They want to do, but bro, in person, Floyd, most humble. I would say humble guy, in my opinion, in my eyes. Treated me like as if I just also comfortable speaking to him.
Right.
It was cool. Shout out to him.
You know what's so funny before we move on to the next topic? That everything happens for a reason. And then, I mean, we always known this. But what if that computer wouldn't have been frozen?
That's what I'm saying.
And then what if you wouldn't have complimented? What if you woke up sick that day? There's so many factors that play into it.
Mhm.
And it's like you said, networking and talking. Man, that's sick, bro. I remember when I saw those pictures too.
Yeah,
You look
bro.
fly, man.
Did I show you them?
No, I was cutting his hair around that time.
Oh,
Yeah,
You still cut my hair.
Well, but you came in and you're like, hey, gang, check. No, you said twin. You're like, hey, twin, check this shit, twin. And I seen it and I was, yo, that's f***ing sick, bro.
Bro, that was insane. And bro, yeah, that experience was insane, bro.
Yeah.
It was just blessed, man. That was being at the right place, right time, networking, and just honestly a kind guy. Just be, just doing a nice gesture for me.
No, 100%. That's amazing.
And I will always remember, like you said, you remember his name, I remember his name. So everybody, everybody, if you're nice, you gonna remember their name.
Yes, sir.
That's it. You have an impact on somebody, you gonna remember the name.
So moral of the story is be kind to everybody.
Mhm.
That's the moral of the story.
That's the moral of the story here.
Be kind. Be kind.
It goes a long way.
I've always said this, and I'll say it again. Be kind, because you never know what that person is going through at the time. There's people that are at their breaking point. There's people that literally just need to hear it like...
Dr. Seuss.
No. No, it's an actual thing. I'm just saying, we read comments and everything. People say, yo, I just had the worst day of my life. And it takes one simple, bad gesture for them to snap or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Just throwing that out there, man.
That's why I love comedy. Because like you said, one person has a bad person. Who doesn't like a good laugh, bro?
Everyone, bro.
Because I have had bad days. I've had horrible days. And I go on a little scroll on the Reels or TikTok.
Yep.
And I laugh, bro. I'll be like, oh, shit, that shit's funny. And in that 5 seconds, you forget everything you're going through for some reason. So comedy is dope. I love comedy. I think that's why we try to I don't even know if we try. I think this is us just being us. And it just comes to this shit we say is funny.
What is it? What do people say?
No, I'm just saying.
Laughter is the best medicine?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, laughter is
it
the best medicine, man. We're here to prove that.
Yeah.
So, Felipe, you wanted to get into some topics.
No, this is just a topic because the CEO really pressed shit yesterday. He said, man, y'all better come in with topics and I'm not going to pay you. I said, man,
Bro, stop saying
that.
that
IT
bullshit,
number
man.
As a
IT number been floppy.
As a matter of fact, I should be getting paid in 24 minutes, man. So start wrapping this shit up. I need my direct deposit to hit.
By the way, guys, that is not how our business works. I do not pay anybody out. I am not actually no CEO. These just troll me.
Yo, you know what's... continue with that. I was just gonna go with the whole money thing, we lit, bro. And I say this at time after time. Still haven't got paid from YouTube, man. We're running on our last bucks, man. And we're still here, man. We're still here for you guys. We love you guys so much, and we're not gonna stop.
Standing 10 toes down until we get paid.
I'm standing on my tippy toes to look taller.
What were you gonna ask, Leaps?
No. Oh, okay, my fault. I feel like me and you could probably be in that boat. I just wanted to ask. Maybe I have asked you. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
And it's not to disrespect you. See, I'm just wondering if that ever occurred to you. If that ever occurred to you, was there ever a point? Because I was seeing a video, right?
Yeah.
And I always thought it was just the wrong thing to do. But I won't sit here and lie and be like I never thought about it and I never how to explain. I never had the thoughts, right? But I did. I feel like everybody at one point, and that's when you really just choose your path.
Okay.
I feel like we grew up in a pretty rough neighborhood. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we troll you, but maybe in your neighborhood there was also, rough times. Was there ever a point where you were gonna turn into like a gangbanger,
Um,
or set you like get jumped in, or like
there was never really a point where I was gonna get into that. There was definitely opportunities and stuff like that, but I was always really scared of the discipline that my grandma gave me, or both my grandma and my mom. So I said, you know what? I feel like my grandma's putazos are gonna hurt more than the putazos I'm gonna get to get jumped in. So I'd
Yeah.
rather not even go for it. And I wasn't. I'm gonna be honest again. I'm gonna be completely like open. I was never really like, it was cool because you know what I mean. Like, you got in. People saw you as a family. Whatever the whole thing, the concept is. And no, I thought it was. I thought it was cool at the time, especially growing up in a neighborhood like that. But I was just, I don't know, man. I was never really, I mean, at the time, bro, I didn't have papers. So I
Yeah.
was scared, bro. Like, I was scared, like, yeah, bro, hey, someone's stepping out of line, you got to do this. I do that, I get in trouble, they press charges. Bro, I could have been done.
Like, you
Yeah.
had to be moving with caution.
You had to be moving very, very,
100%,
very
bro.
cautiously. Like I said, it was cool. And I'm not saying, that lifestyle is cool. I'm just saying at the time. Yeah, I mean, we all went to high school, like, oh, what's up, bro? What's up, big dog type of thing. But
Oh, don't mess with him. He's
yeah,
from-
exactly. Or like you get into trouble and you're like, hey, hey, bro, like this and this happened. I'm in, you know what we got to do. So point being that I didn't have papers back then, so I wasn't gonna waste what my mom and my grandma struggled so hard to do to come from a different country to here, and I just didn't want to it up like that. So I kind of just stayed away from it. And it's funny though because like I mean, you guys know I'm not the tallest tree in the forest. You know what I mean? So
No.
I was always hanging around like, people that were like, bigger and taller, and I always kept it pretty cool. And I would always say like some little like out of pocket shit that would make them laugh and this and that. So they would always be like, oh, the little homie Brandon, whatever, this and this. But yeah, no, I never, I thought about it, but I never really wanted to join. I just prefer to watch from the bleachers. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just stay back and watch and let the game roll.
Yeah.
I'm only asking this because I saw a TikTok. It's like, yo, is that even? I'm pretty sure it's still a thing, but it's just like it was like an older head talking about how it's not even the same anymore. Like you don't need to do that no more. It's because I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know the whole thing, and I'm not trying to get involved with it. I just asking simple questions, and now I feel like I'm in the same thing as you. Me, bro, even to this day, I'm still illegal. But bro, even ditching school, bro, I really thought like I get caught ditching school. I never ditched school until like finally high school in my senior year. Like I never once ditched. I probably missed like that was high school too. But elementary to 6th, 7th, 8th, middle school, never ditched, never missed. And I remember they'd be like, man, we're just in a ditch, bro. Let's just ditch. And I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna get in trouble. And where I'm from, there happens to be, a gang. And I was just always a soccer player. Like, I always dressed like the soccer player. They knew who I was. Like, oh, this is Felipe, man. Leave him alone. Like, it was just that thing. And I never judge no one because you don't know what they're going through. I mean, I don't know why they choose that lifestyle. That's their life. You get me? I am no one to judge them. I was just wondering because I feel like there's always we always have that like time in our life where I remember I thought about it. Like I remember my cousin had joined, and I'm like, you know what, man, like. But I was like, nah, bro. My mom, my dad, they sacrificed a lot
Yep.
for me just to. Oh, are you Felipe Cruz's parents? Yeah, he's in trouble. Or God forbid something happened, because you gotta understand there's someone exactly like you, just in a different neighborhood, just looking out for you. You get me?
Exactly, man.
So I
100%.
never went down that road. I feel like I wanted to ask you. I feel like we talked about this off, but I wanted to ask you, like, just because where you're from and how you were raised, was there ever a point in time? Because I'm pretty sure, in every neighborhood, every city,
course.
there has to be, somebody trying to be that, or there is one, a gang.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get your input on that, to be honest. That's why I asked that question too.
Yeah, I think there probably wasn't as much as you guys probably grew up in. Like I would not be able to tell you. I'd be lying if I sat up here and told you I walked outside and I saw a gang right there in the corner of my house. That's not how I was brought up. But I would definitely say I knew people. Like I knew people that were in it. I wouldn't be so close to them or associate myself with them. But I think it was more of a fact. I think there's always a black sheep in the fam.
Right.
It could be a cousin. It could be a sibling. It could be it could be your tío, it could be whoever you want. Okay, there's always one. Unfortunately, there's always one black sheep in the family, and I think I was. There was somebody that I was like, I saw their wrongdoings, and I would see it, and I would not want to repeat the same things. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like I would see the toll it would take on them, and then the rest of the family. It's not just it's like a domino effect, and so then I would see, okay, that's what happened to this person, and then it caused everybody else to feel this way, and now you're kind of disassociating with them because you don't want nothing to do with them and all this. So there was like a black sheep that I don't want to say look up to, but there was a black sheep role model that I didn't want to be like. You know what I mean? Not in every way, because everybody has their flaws, and and they're loving or whatever. But yeah, I think seeing that and seeing the outcome of the things that they did and what happened afterwards, that's what I was like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have that effect on the rest of my family or myself, let alone myself, So yeah, I definitely that's the reason I never got into any of gang banging or whatever, gangs and drugs and all this. I was just, I guess I was like, I would say I was the fortunate one that had to be on the other end of the table and see somebody else. You're only going to learn from seeing the mistakes happen, whether it's to you or it's to yourself.
Right.
And I was, in this case, I was fortunate to be the one that I was able to see what happened, what that outcome of that person, rather than being the one.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Course.
So I don't know if I made sense. I was trying to like.
No. I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
But I and sorry to cut you off. Like guys, we want to give a this conversation is with all due respect and everything, because we do have some supporters that are OGs, man. They be,
they
be coming
OG.
in.
My fault. No, I swear. Like, I ain't trying to go home and impress my.
No, I remember when.
Kept my mouth shut.
Hey, I remember at the when we were doing the taco stand, the free tacos.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple OGs come up to us, and they dabbed us up.
It's all about respect, though.
Yeah. No,
I always show them respect,
Mm-hmm.
maybe because I'm telling you, I was always, bro, the soccer player kid, bro. Sweats on, my jersey, whatever team I was playing for at the time. I had the indoors.
Yeah.
Just walking. How you doing, sir? They literally, how you doing?
Just
There's respect, because I ain't trying to end up on the t-shirt, man.
I want no smoke.
But I would walk through the alleys, just.
Yeah.
I don't go. I'm trying to get home quick. I'm gonna walk through the alley. How you doing, bro? How you doing, sir? Just keep it walking. Man, I always showed respect, and that's really it, And we're having this topic because how, again, we saw something online. Just wanted to ask. I feel like everybody in LA got a little hood in them. How Tupac said.
Yeah.
I feel like it does. Everybody does that, man. You know where I'm from. Where you? I don't even pay. You don't know where I'm from. But yeah, it's all that respect, and how he says in this podcast, it's the G spot. We just try to be ourselves. Yep. Open up, talk about them. If you have said, guys, ask us comments. Ask us questions. We are about to open up what Saul said. Shout out again, IE and friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to open up a Google sheet.
It's like a Google form.
It's like a Google template where it's anonymous.
And
you're
completely
anonymous. You won't have your name, email, nothing. And you're able to go ahead and ask us questions, ask us for advice, or just simply say hi to us, whatever you guys want to do. And then from all the comments and replies, we're going to go ahead and read some of those questions out loud, read some of those advices, you guys asking for advice. And we're going to let you guys know how Los Chicos Tóxicos really feel, or what we would do. So stay tuned for that. It's coming pretty soon.
We still have to find out a name for it too.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just going to be Google form. It's like, we're going to come up with the name, everything. It'll be cool. Trust me. But yeah, that's why.
Speaking of IE and friends, I'm sorry. Let me just, shout out my boy Saul over at IE and friends.
Cesar and Aaron.
When we
Cesar
were,
and Aaron, yes.
Yeah, and Cesar and Aaron. But I said Saul because he's the one that texted me. Sorry, I want to. Anyways, we went out to eat after that podcast we did with them.
He sent us the bill.
Imagine
he sent us the bill.
Yeah, man, the bill's right here. Hey, you got. Who got the calamari, man? Who got the calamari, dog?
Man, I only got 2 California rolls.
I only got the water, man.
No. He did send the bill. But shout out to Saul and the whole team for picking up the tab, man. Hey,
yeah,
that was a long way.
It does go a long way. Diego over here fighting it with him. Like, nah, man, we got him. Like, shut the f*** up, man. I'm kicking with. Shut up. Shut up, man. Just let him go.
Hey, you know what Saul said, though? He's like, no, don't worry. I got it. He's like, I just got a good email right now.
He did.
Okay.
Hey, shout out my boy Saul, man. Hey, super. I and friends, bro. I feel like any podcast we've done, all Ponte las pilas, I and friends, dope people.
Dope.
bro.
Yeah, you guys are
dope,
you guys
bro.
are amazing,
I swear.
man.
It's because we can all relate in so much, and like it's
Yeah.
just like the atmosphere, the energy, the
Bro.
chemistry in the room is so dope. So shout out to IE and friends. But the reason I brought up Saul is because he literally, remember, we were eating and I was giving him we were giving him advice on how to keep growing the platform that
Sure.
he's doing. Mind you, he's been in the game with the podcast for over like 2 or
Quite-
3 years,
yeah,
right?
he-
Yeah,
for a while,
he's
yeah.
been there for a while.
I already seen when I first started coming up. Like I and friends,
And-
and they would pop up on my For You page all the time.
And I'm sorry, I'll let you continue with that. But I mean, I don't know why I'm talking about getting shy or whatever. When I wanted to tell him, I'm like, yo, I used to watch you like back, like.
Did you really?
Yeah, because he
No
used to
way.
he used to pop out on TikToks and Reels.
yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah.
And it was funny. I used to see him. I was like, oh shit, these dudes are funny. And I wanted to be like, yo, Saul, like I used to watch you back in the day before I even met you, but I got a little
Kept it
shy.
cool?
Yeah, I kept it cool. I
Yeah,
kept it cool.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's because sometimes you gotta keep it cool. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt when I met Super Ego.
Yeah, bro.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Jared, just
Papa, go ahead.
You're
continue.
chilling. You're chilling. So I was just saying because, mind you, he's been in the game, or they've been in the game for over 2 or 3 years. We started YouTube in November. We've only got a couple months under our belt, but I've luckily been able to.
Again, networking. Because someone told us that, no? If I'm not mistaken, what you're about to say.
No, I did that.
Oh, my fault.
My
Never
fault.
mind. Hey, no,
not like
networking.
that, not in a bad way, but it's because this is the second this is the second creator that I
Uh-huh.
told about this like hack. And I'm gonna just expose it right here. Free game for everybody. For YouTube Shorts, if you go on any of our YouTube Shorts, you can do a related video. There's a feature on your Shorts on YouTube that, let's say I'm posting a video, a random short, and right there it gives you the option to put related video. And what we do is we put our most recent video that we uploaded, our long format video, we'll link it right there so that anybody that wants to watch, I'll put it in the caption like, oh, full video up above, like linked in the related video, whatever. And so that helps navigate more traffic to that video that you posted, the original, the
Because
long
you can
format.
literally just click it. Boop.
Yeah,
and
you
it'll
can
send
click
right
it
to the
and
video.
it sends you right to the full length video.
Yeah.
But, there's creators that probably, they've been in the game for so long or whatever that they don't look at the other features, the new features that things are being added on. But I caught it really early on. As soon as we started filming all this and starting this in November, I caught it that you can do that. So I tell him at the table, I'm like, hey, man, y'all, I see you guys don't really post shorts. Like, you guys aren't posting on shorts on YouTube. And I told him about the feature that I just told him to hack. And I was like, yo, you can do this, and this is how you can grow your platform. Because at the end of the day, it's all about, bro, we can grow together, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, we all
if
can
you're
eat.
an up-and-coming creator or you're already that guy, bro, I mean, why not? Why not help him out?
Yeah,
Why
not just
Why
that.
not free game, bro? And yeah, how you said, grow together.
Yeah. And the thing is, you don't know, like we said at the beginning, you don't know who can help you.
Yep.
You don't know. It doesn't matter. Even in the game 15 years, you're going to learn something new every single
You
day.
never stop learning.
You never stop learning. There's always something to be learned. And so I taught him that, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. Kid you not, bro. Look what the text he just sent me. Took your advice and posted a short, and it's doing good! Exclamation point with like some emojis.
Amen to that, man.
And it's a ranking out of views 1 out of 10. It's doing good, and I'm glad, bro. I'm so happy because now he got an extra little little thing in his pocket to pull out when he wants more content and he wants to navigate more traffic to his page. So, yo, that's dope. Shout out to Saul. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to all the IE and friends.
Caesar, Aaron.
Caesar, go watch the podcast. After this podcast, you guys want us to talk. You're not tired of us. If you're somehow like, I want to hear these voices, man. Like, go watch the podcast, IE and friends. After this,
I want to piggyback about what you said about the helping everyone out. Just because, guys, like there's enough food for everyone to eat. Like if I have literally. And the boys know this, and the boys have showed that to me, and I showed it to them. If even though there's only one French fry, like hypothetically, we share that French fry. There's always enough for to go around. You know what I mean? I hate seeing the rivalry that sometimes all these people bring, like, oh, this and this, or they start comparing different creators and everything. Hey guys, let them create. Let them help them out if you can. Give them a hand. And look, what just happened with Saul, man. That's dope. That's dope.
Well, they say the money is the root of all evil. That's what they say. Unfortunately, it is. Because we had this conversation.
Unfortunately, to a degree.
Yeah, to a
would say.
degree, but it sucks, man. Money is the root of all evil, and I think that's in the Bible, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is in the Bible, man.
Subscribers,
I think
let us
Fact
know.
check.
Let me see.
Fact check
I'm
that
gonna
one,
check
please.
that. But while y'all do that, let me check.
You know what? I kind of I know we always get into like this whole podcast is like a roller coaster. We giggle, laugh, we share different experience and everything. And I kind of had a topic, right? But I was kind of saving it for a little bit later. But I did want to take the time to tell every single one of you guys who were commenting and replying and giving and praying for Yuanka. Thank you guys so much. By the way, she just got out of surgery yesterday, I believe. I'm keeping in touch with her. And she said that it was a very painful surgery, but thank God she got through it, and right now she's in recovery. So let's keep praying for her, and remember, guys, hashtag Team Yuanka. With that being said, there was one more thing that you wanted to bring up, right? A topic, or are you done with that?
I was just asked that topic. I have another one, but I mean, if someone has something else.
No, I just wanted to fact check myself. Verse 1 Timothy 6:10, which states, "For the love of money is the root of all evil."
For the love of very true.
So unfortunate, but I mean it's written down. He knew what he was doing when he wrote that, man. Yeah, his pan was on fire when he was in the kitchen right there. He was cooking in the studio with that one, man. He was cooking. He just knew. He's like, that's a bar. That's a bar. But yeah, man.
I'm telling you, dog. I love you, dog. Anyways, you were saying, bro?
You don't have another topic?
Yeah, but I kind of want to save it for a little bit later. I just kind of or whatever, because it's a deep topic. But
because Diego's telling me topics, man, I just got random topics. He'll be like, what are y'all talking about now?
No, man. I think this podcast is about that. Just talk whatever you want to say.
Okay, so I wanted to get a little bit into this next topic, and the reason why is like we always been very open and transparent with each other and everything. But I just feel like I've never really asked you guys this question, and I feel like the way we can all we all have a story to this, right? Mm-hmm. The question is, if
smash,
no, if you had your dad in front of you, what is something that you would say to him? This is like literally if you got the chance to, if God allowed. If God called you right now and he said, yo, I got your dad on the line talking with Felipe and obviously with myself, and thank God your dad is still present with us. But if he called you and said, yo, I got someone on the phone with you, what is something that you guys want to say? What is something that you would say? And I can start off with you first, Diego.
Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie, man, these lights getting bright.
Don't cry.
Always.
Gang.
No. I swear, I've talked about my dad before. It's always when the lights are on, gang. The spotlight's on me. Well, no, it's on me.
No, it's all. I mean,
no, I'm not gonna.
No, it's okay. You can cry, gang. I'm not gonna fucking call you a crying. Like,
you remember when I used to cook you for that? Like,
yeah,
bro. I swear. Before we continue this topic, just to line the mood up too, bro. Alfredo, bro, run back my face. Nah, bro. Y'all call me. That's the only fight I would say I lost, and it wasn't even a fight. I had a friend named Manuel, and his cousin Alfredo lived with him. Like Alfredo was the guy in the front. Manuel lived in the back house. I'd always go to Manuel's house. Me and Alfredo were cool, but once they got to school, we were playing soccer. I was always, good. I was nagging him, just doing stupid shit, and he kicked me. And then I was like, "What's up, bitch?" Yeah, cause we've gone at it at Manuel's house. You get me?
Yeah.
And I've always won, and I have no idea what it is. Every time someone huddles up, it's like when they say "Get it, Yuran." It's like that. It's like that, and I'm like, and I'm not trying to cry, but I don't know. I get like a feeling. That's why I'm talking about this, because that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Bro, I shove him. He's older than me, so he got to set dominance. Like, this 6th grader ain't gonna push me. I'm a 7th grader, bro. I'm like, fuck you. And then I walk over to the water fountain because I see everybody huddling.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm getting like that feeling to cry. Everybody started huddling like around us, I don't know why I get that feeling. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just pretend like I just shoved him. I'm just walk to the water fountain and I'm drinking water, and then he comes and he's trying to pick me up and he bear hugs me, bro. And I just like go lower because I know just keep your center of gravity low, and he just literally picks me up and puts me in another spot. Like, he didn't slam me or nothing. And then I turn around and I'm already crying, bro.
Uh-huh.
And everybody's like, "Oh, he's crying. He's crying, bro." And I got cugged, bro. They're like, "Oh, Felipe, I'm not gonna hug you, might cry." Bro, I got cugged for the whole year, bro. Bro, because that's all he did, bro. He literally he didn't even throw me. He just grabbed me. But I was already getting emotional.
Anxious
and emotional once everybody huddled.
Yeah.
So Alfred, you trying to run that fade back, man? Camera's off. Let's run it.
Nah.
Set my dominance.
I think the worst before I answer
Yeah.
your question, just because I think it's so funny. I think the worst is when you cry for being angry, bro.
Oh my God, yeah.
I hate
Maybe
that
that's
shit.
what it is.
I
Maybe that's
hate
what it
that, bro. Because then you look like a.
is. Yeah.
But realistically, you're just.
yeah. Now the worst part, I'm sorry, could you? I would still go over to Manuel's house, and he would look at me like, "Yeah, you don't want this. Make you cry again."
That's the worst part. Is like when
Go,
you cry
yeah.
off of just being
Yeah, off
angry,
anger.
bro. Off anger, because then you look like yourself, but really you're just crying because I don't know, why do you cry when you're
Yeah.
angry?
Well, it's just I think is your mind is responding to all these waves of emotion because you're mad, you're obviously mad, upset, and you just overload your emotions.
Mhm.
And from, and then from there, that's when everything comes out. You know what I hate? What I hate the most is like when you're pissed off, and bro, I know you got witty ass comebacks. You got witty ass comebacks. I got witty ass comebacks.
What's
But they witty like you're like smart ass
yeah.
responses. Like you smooth with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you get pissed, sometimes it like blocks your brain, and you kind of like at least for me, you start like
You start stuttering. You
Yeah,
lost.
bro.
Or you know what the worst is when you're arguing. It could be with your partner, your mom, whatever. And in the moment, what?
I don't know.
Why
You looked at
arguing-
me.
Why you arguing with your mom and your? Nah, just
No,
kidding.
I'm just saying,
I'm
like
trolling, I'm
at
trolling,
any
I'm
moment,
done.
bro, we all argue with somebody.
I know. I'm trolling.
And have you ever in the moment you can't think of a comeback, and then later, like 20 minutes later, you're by yourself in
You
bed.
just said.
No.
No,
But yeah, but it's true. It's
but
true.
like 20 minutes later, you're in bed. You're like, I should have said that. Shit.
Yes,
I could have
bro.
cooked her with this. I could have done this. I could have done that.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I should have said all this. But in the
20
moment,
minutes earlier.
yeah, 20 minutes earlier.
Nah, if I think of a comeback, I go back and I start another fight. I start another fight so I can get that one off my chest,
Yeah.
bro.
Or like the worst is like, have you ever prepped what you're about to say in the argument, and then you just freeze right then and there? You're like, man,
Everything goes down the window.
out the window. You're like, had everything like an essay written down, and now all of a sudden this in front of me, I forgot. Fuck.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, this is true. But
Okay,
let's answer your
going
question.
back, going back to that question, and I know we sidetracked a little bit to brighten up the mood, but I really, really want to ask that. Like I said, this is a safe space, it's a G spot. If you guys don't feel comfortable by any reason, we won't continue. But basically, it was, what would you tell your dad if you had a chance to speak with him again? And we can go from you, Diego, and move on this way.
I mean, this question hits hard, I think, for each single one of us.
Yeah.
For me and you two, it's a little different because my dad, as of right now, from what I know, he's alive. All three of us, by the way, guys, we grew up with stepfathers. Since I was 6 years old, I've had a stepfather in my life. I never called him a stepfather. I never treated him like a stepfather. I never said, this is my stepdad. No, I was 6 years old when I came to the States because of him. Shout out to my pops, my boy Rick. I never ever called him Rick, like, oh, Rick, can I do this?
You called him Rick?
No, I never, bro. I called him Pops. I called him Dad. Don't make this weird, but when I was a kid, I used to call him, Daddy. Like, oh, Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's been my dad. Like, anybody, if you mention, whenever I'm talking about, oh, my pops, my dad, I'm talking about my stepdad. But that's because he grew to be my father figure. And if you are a stepdad or a stepfather, or if you have a stepfather in your life that took that responsibility to step up and take care of you, or maybe you're the listener that's a stepdad and you took the responsibility to step up and take care of someone else's children that are not even yours. My hat's off to you. Round of applause for you, because that is I will forever be grateful for my stepdad, because he has been my go-to dog. I was about to start getting fucking teary in this bitch.
It's okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, so my dad, I haven't talked to my dad. I think the last time I talked to my dad was when I was like 6 years old. And that was because when I first moved to Ecuador, to Orlando. He picked me up one time, went to the movies. I will never forget. Picked me up in a limo. Don't know how or why. He picked me up in a limousine. He took me to watch Indiana Jones at the movie theaters when it first came out. Dropped me off. Have not talked to him since. And I'm currently 24 years old. I pray for him. You can, as you get older, there's nothing you can really do, bro. There's got to be a reason for everything, and maybe if it was maybe this drive I have for wanting to achieve and accomplish all these goals is because that absence, or maybe that feel that need or something to just try to prove somebody that I don't know how to explain that, but Yeah. If I had my dad in front of me, mind you, with the story I just told you, I haven't talked to him since I was 6 years old. Now that I'm older, I'm 24 years old, man. I've gone, what, 6, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I've gone, what my math is
18.
ass, 23,
18.
20, 18 years?
You said 6
Yeah, 6.
plus 18, 24.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. I've gone 18 years without talking to him, seeing
Yeah.
him in person. Throughout the years, it's been like I was angry, confused. And if I had in front of me, man, I think I just ask him like, why? Why? Like, did you just not try to stay in touch or contact? Like, I don't know, man. It's a tough subject. Just why? And then probably just follow it up with like, I just be like, I hope everything's been well, man. Praying for you. They say to pray for your enemies. I'm not saying he's an enemy, but I haven't talked to him. He's kind of like an unknown, and if he, God forbid, something were to happen to him, whenever his time comes to an earth, unfortunately to say, it just wouldn't really take a toll on me. He's already been absent so many years, and I don't even know much of him, where he is, what he does, So yeah, I would just ask him why. That's it.
That's deep.
it.
That's
Yeah,
really deep, man.
that was
That's
it.
powerful, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So-
How about you, bro? I mean, I know it's different. My situation is different from you guys. We
Yeah.
did all grow up with stepfathers. We all had stepfather figures. But yeah, how was it? What would you say, Felipe? Let's do Felipe.
Let's go with you.
Before I continue with my answer, how Diego said, shout out to all the stepdads.
Yeah.
For real. How he said, as I'm not saying that's not your responsibility, but you're doing it, man.
Anybody can be a dad.
No,
Not everybody.
anybody can make a kid. Any dumbass could put a dick inside and make a kid, but only real men can be fathers.
Exactly. I was gonna say anybody can be a dad. Real men are fathers. That's
Yeah.
what the quote is.
My dad and I. So, a little quick story. My mom and dad obviously had me in Mexico. My dad's way older than my mom. My mom came to the United States because I guess he had a business and better future. Anywho, I was raised with my dad from, a little kid to like 4 or 5 years old. My mom came back for me, wanted to take me to the States. My dad said, if you take him, it's gonna be your responsibility, in the sense that, I have to cross the border. That's dangerous for anybody. Now imagine a kid. Mom took that risk, left that same day, took me to my grandma's, left me at my grandma's. Mom that same day took a bus, took the airport, flew to TJ, crossed the border. Like a month or 3 months went by. 3 months, I would say. My mom saved up enough money, came back to get me. It was paid for my aunt and I to go to TJ, and that's how I crossed. That's another story, right? So after my dad and me and my dad weren't living in the same country anymore. Like I was in the United States, he was in Mexico. He was in Mexico. He probably called me once out of the year, and it was my mom calling him. Oh, it's your son's birthday. Oh, what's up, man? Cool, right? I can't judge him. I can't judge my dad. I want to say a total. I probably talked to my dad 20 times since I left, and I'm saying that because not every birthday he would answer, and it was more towards the end of his life. Because he got sick, and my mom told me that, this your dad. This your dad. If you want to help him, you can help him. I was working construction still. I remember I was sending all my money because I was like, it's still my dad. He's still the guy that made me.
Mm-hmm.
He still was there 5 years. And I grew up with a stepdad, and how Diego mentioned, my stepdad, I consider my dad too. I even my biological dad, but that's my dad. But when I talk about my dad and I say my dad, I do think my stepdad. Shout out Miguel. That's my stepdad. And what is it called? Yeah, just shout him out. But going back to your question, because I'm sorry, I sidetracked. You said, what would I tell my dad if he was right here, like I talked to him? I'd just be honest with him, man. I forgive you. You didn't have a father figure growing up, so I don't know if you didn't know how to be a father figure. But I forgive him, you get me?
Yeah.
I don't want to live with that remorse that I hate my dad. Because Diego was talking about it, like, God forbid, when your biological dad passes, what's it called? You say you won't feel nothing. And that's exactly how I felt, bro. He died, swear to God. Drove over to zoo culture. Hey, man, we're going to hit this gym session or what? Boom, 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 boom. Worked out, months went by. I didn't even cry. And then now, I look back, I'm like, damn, bro. My real dad will never get to see my kids or whatever I accomplished, So I just say I forgive him. That's it.
Yeah, that shit got me teary.
Yeah,
dog.
man, it's tough. It's definitely tough, man. And like I said, I just kind of wanted to touch on this, and it's not an easy thing. And again, Felipe, thank you so much for sharing that. That's
Nah, thank you guys, bro. For real.
it's tough, man. And I think for myself, I mentioned this in the past. I grew up in a very there was a lot of domestic violence in the house, going back and forth. My mom was very young. She was 17 when she had me. My dad was, 18. My dad was a dumbass. But my mom always, as a caring wife, she always wanted the best for him. Always, make sure there was dinner there was this, there was that. My dad would come home sometimes, and he was drunk, or he would just, just go and just hit her and stuff. And me watching this as a 4 or 5 years old. I was 4 or 5 years old at the time. I I obviously didn't know how to process it. I not that I thought that it was a normal thing to do, but it happened so much in the house that I just like, oh, it's happening again. So I would, either go and hide, or I would try to stop my dad from doing what he was doing. And like, it was the anxiety and the emotions that are going through your mind as a 4-year-old when you're watching your mom getting beat up by your dad. It's such a hard thing that is stuck to me forever, and it's always gonna be with me. Unfortunately, this was, I believe it was September 21st, 2021, or 2021, I believe. I got the call that my dad was in ICU. He was going through this whole the COVID-19 thing, and he was in ICU, and he ended up. We ended up driving to go see him. My emotions right then and there were, I don't want to go see him. I'm still upset over the that has happened. But I didn't want to live with that regret, so I went to go see him. We got off of the car. We were walking up to the hospital, and right then and there is when we get the text message that my dad had passed away. And it was very hard, because I thought I was gonna get the opportunity to just go ahead and tell him, like, yo, same thing. I forgive you. I forgive you, man. Like, I have issues with, never to the point that it gets physical, but I had issues with my girl, and there's yelling and everything, and we all have issues. I'll forgive him for what happened, but I'll never forget it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what I would tell him is, hey, Pops, I'll forgive you. I know you were young, my mom was young. You guys are not easy to deal with, and I love you. Like, just I love you. I've always, something that I will never get to experience is I've always wanted to just like go out with him and just have a drink with him, have a beer, talk to him about his upbringing, how was it, why was he the person that he was, just to get to understand him a little bit more. And man, I really wish he could see like what we're doing with this platform. You know what I mean? Like, I really wish he would have got to meet you guys. I really wish he would have got to meet my girlfriend. I bought my first rental property in New Mexico, and I wish that he would have seen that and just be like, hey, you know what? Something that I've never really got from my dad is, I just wish he would have said, I'm proud of you. Mm-hmm. And I never got it from him. You know what mm-hmm. I mean? Yeah. And I'll never hear it in this life again. Obviously, my dad passed away. But I hope that in the next life that I see him, I get to hug him, and then he's like, "Yay, I was looking down on you. I was looking down at you, what you were doing in this earth, and I'm just completely proud of you." You know what
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that I wish to say. And bringing this whole subject up, I just want everyone to see who we really are and what we're holding in. And sometimes we're filming or whatever, and
I'm holding this nut.
Sometimes
Brian the mood up.
Yeah,
too.
sometimes we film and everything, and we see little things and we're like, damn, I wish this and wish that, and just to get you guys a perspective of everything. You know what I mean? Like, everyone that's struggling with that too, like we are too. We love you guys. We're here for each other. And it's a tough topic, but I'm glad we get to experience it, and we get to talk about it.
As much as I hate to say this, especially during this topic, I think I'm still a firm believer everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Because think about it. I mean, at least this is how I like to put it in my perspective. If you like me seeing what my dad did and all that, that's what I don't want to do, right? Like that's what I don't want to be. That's how I don't want to not have contact with my child, bro. Like the person I brought into the world. Not me, my girl, whoever my wife is, or hopefully my girlfriend. But like I want to be the role model. I want to be that dad that's actually there because of the absence that I was missing. Me growing up and going over a friend's house and this is my mom and dad. Like seeing that and then this is my mom and then I have to stop and explain this is my stepdad, but like this is my dad, and I have to go into detail like blah, blah, blah. So like growing up, me being that kid going over a friend's house and seeing like, oh, it's my mom and dad, and then me bringing my friends over, and I was like, I never want to put my kid through that, bro. I never want to have my kid have to do like just live what I did. I just want to give my kid what I didn't have. So hopefully, God willing, it happens. But I think everything happens for a reason. I think that all of this is happening. All of this happened to us, and that's what's building us and what has gotten us to where we are right now.
Bro, I definitely want to say, man, I've cried on this pod more than I've cried in the past 10 years. I swear, bro. I try not to cry. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a sign of weakness, but I think of it as that. But I'm vulnerable with you guys. But how Brandon said too, I would just like to know, his life. Because I'm trying to make this as clear as possible. And you might be like, no, you don't know my dad, or you don't know, my mom. But we're just talking on dad topics right now. You don't know what they did to me. Well, we can't judge them.
No,
we realistically can't judge. I could be here, man. If I saw my dad, I'll rush his shit. I look at I could pack him out. Like if you were still here, toe to toe. But I just forgive him. That's it. I forgive him. I want him to have peace too. I don't want him to be like, oh man, looking down at me. Oh man, you don't even forgive me, or you don't want to hear about me. I forgive him. I feel like that's the only thing we can do. You get me?
No, 100%. And just always leave it in God's hands. And I always pray that, that he's forgiven for everything that he did. Like I said, he was young in the past. And I really, really just pray that his soul is resting and he's just happy, man. You know what I mean? Like, same thing. Like sometimes people don't, even though we know each other pretty well, I really don't know what, like, your full story. Mm-hmm. I really don't know your full story. Mm-hmm. You don't really know my full story. You know what I mean? So everyone has a past that has led them to be the type of person or put up that barrier or feel like you want to be that, like you want to be tough because, maybe back then you were, physically abused or mentally abused. So you put up that strong, mm-hmm. Hard face.
Macho.
Yeah, the macho. So you can, like, no, aquí mando, you know what I mean? So yeah, I never really know, but I would have loved that, like, just getting to meet that, like, as a man, not as a father, like as a man, like what happened to you, man? Like, why were you like that? Like, what's going on? Open up. And then unfortunately too, like, even though it's still tough for me to talk about this topic, I seek help, mm-hmm. when that happened. I went to a program, I went to Landmark, they helped me out a lot. They said, they told me that, like, oh, why do you judge your parents so much? Like, you don't know their past. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, I really don't know their past. Yeah. So, like, so literally.
It's like that TikTok I see like people recording their mom or their dad. And then it's like, don't be so hard on them. Don't be judging them. It's their first time doing this life thing too. You know what I mean? So.
It really is.
Think about it, man.
It's deep, man. It's deep. But, damn, it's true. It's their first time, man.
It's their first time doing this life thing too.
Hey,
bro.
Like the one of the greatest movie that I've seen.
Hangover.
Rush Hour? No. Por Eugenio Derbez, instructions not included. It's true. The instructions are not included as a parent, man. You can't go
off like 10 times, bro.
Yeah, you said what?
I just cut you off like 10.
No.
Hangover.
No, man. No worries. You can't go to, like, chapter 3. What are you gonna do when the kid does this or stuff? So you never really know. But going back to that, it's like, our parents, they grew up where, like, because I did too at first, but they didn't go to therapy, they didn't go to this, they didn't go to that. Like, they went through a lot, and I feel like if they would have sought help when they were going through that troubled time, maybe it would have helped them and it wouldn't be that way. But I really do fall back into what you said. With being now that in the future when you're a parent, you're gonna learn off all those mistakes. And I can guarantee you, Diego, and I can guarantee you, Felipe, that you guys are gonna be the best dads any kid can
gang,
have.
you too.
No. Yeah, I know, me too. But I'm referring to you guys. I know I will too. If I ever decide to come back from grabbing milk.
Nah, I can't.
I'm messing with you guys, but I know you guys. I know we all are gonna be the best parents that we can ever be, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited to experience that with you guys. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a dope thing.
And like
man.
you say, man, chapter 3 and all this. Man, we'll jump the wall when we get there. You feel me?
it's true.
Yeah, man.
Is that what it is? Isn't that the
let's
line?
Cross the bridge.
Oh,
We'll
Jump
swim
the
over.
wall.
We'll swim over that bridge when we get there.
we'll jump over that wall when we get there, man.
No.
Jump over that
Well,
wall.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I think we're low key a little bit over our time, boys.
Okay, are we?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
go ahead and close it out, man.
Well, that was a beautiful topic. Unfortunately, guys, we have time slots that we have in the studio we're filming, and we kind of went a little bit overboard, but I think that was a great conversation. Amazing. Once again, after this video is done, if you made it this far, you want to hear us more, go check out IE and Friends podcast out right now. They posted it at 6 a.m. this morning, so go show them some love. Tell them the Chicos Toxico sent you for a little gift, all right?
Yeah.
Hey,
The Toxico voucher.
Yeah. If you run into their page, subscribe to their page, follow them. They're amazing people. Go watch
And
it.
ponte las pilas, man. Ponte
Yeah.
las
Ponte las
pilas.
pilas.
Bro, let me tell you, they watch our podcast thoroughly. I had my boy Lalo text me the other day.
Bro, they're amazing people.
Amazing
bro.
people. Literally, remember last episode at the very end of the podcast? I
Yes,
mistaked
yeah.
it. I was like, ponte la, I was about to say ponte las pilas, right?
Yeah.
And he texted me. He's like, he commented. He's like, we love y'all too. And bro, that means you literally watched
Yeah.
till the very end.
Yeah.
And so Ponte las Pilas, IE and Friends, those are the two main podcasts that I'm aware of right now that have shown love to us and giving us opportunity to go on their platform. So go subscribe to them, show some love, man. They're great people, great group of friends. And I think let's close this out. My name is Diego. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast.
What up, baby, man? What up, baby? Goodbye, everybody. My name's Felipito, man. Follow me at Felipito96 on Instagram or TikTok. Love you guys so much. Again. Stay horny.
Yo, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy Brandon. Please follow me on Instagram at Don Brandon. I'm still trying to hit 10K. Love you guys so much. See you guys next week.
Sorry.
Peace.